This is between you and me.
We don't have to do this.
Sure we do.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Odd Couple Statue Reviews. It's me, Adrian.
And me, Jason.
And yes, we're back for 2020 and we're doing it big this year. So,
Yeah.
Jason, what do we have in front of us right now?
What we've got in front of us is one that I really wanted when it came out, but I knew I had to wait for Christmas and wait for them little, bonuses and stuff like that to come in.
Yeah.
And basically we got it. So this is one that came out mid to late last year in 2019. So it's the Superman versus Batman Diorama. Which will go very well with our other dioramas if you've seen them on the channel.
And you can see Jason frothing out of the mouth because he had to actually wait for me to get home from work.
And I'm glad that you didn't take any overtime today, Adrian. But yeah, so let's rip into this one straight away, eh?
Let's do it.
So Adrian, what do you reckon straight out of the box?
You know what? Not too bad, Jason. I'm actually quite impressed. Now, we've seen photos.
Yes.
We have seen the photos, but nothing compares to seeing it just face to face.
Well, yeah, we never actually got to see this one in person.
Yeah, that's true,
seen it on
man.
display or anything anyway.
So I'm pretty pumped, man, just get into this and assemble it, to be honest with you. Just looking at it, just
and just looking at the box too, man. Like, I really like the crystal base here.
I was about to say that too.
The Fortress of
How
Solitude.
cool is it? Yeah.
So I think Batman's going to lose this one already. He's taking him on at the Fortress of Solitude, man. It's not his home ground.
I don't think so, no.
We'll see what it all looks like when we put it together, eh?
I don't think so, Jason.
Okay, right.
Keep dreaming, buddy. Let's go straight into it.
Hey guys, we're back. So here we go. The unboxing's really easy. Start with the base as usual. So
We always start with the base, and I think anyone that actually puts together statues starts with the base. You know why? Because you have to.
Yeah.
You have to sit
You work your way up from the bottom. It's pretty simple. Then we use the Man of Steel. So, excellent. So
Yes.
this is pretty easy. It can only go in one way. There's just the one foot peg that goes with the rectangular foot peg here. So in we go.
So already you can see, just with it being a diorama, you can actually put it side by side comparison.
Oh, there you go.
to the
You just
paint.
got to clip his foot into the hole there. So, that's good, because I was worried about that maybe it was the pin was all it was that was supporting him, but no, he's got his other foot into the hole here on the.
That's cool. Look at that effect there with the foot into the crystal.
And then
That's
we
pretty
do
sick.
Batman's body,
Yeah.
which where is? Okay, so here's the into his ribs here. Gotta be careful. Oh, and look, well that's easier because Superman's got a little peg here on his
Goes
arm
into
too,
the
so it
belt.
goes into the belt.
Yeah.
So,
So Jason, you want to put the head sculpt on first, or we're going to put the hands on?
oh no,
Let's
we've
do
got to do
cape.
the cape.
Alright guys, heads up with the cape. Instead of wasting 10 minutes of your life, Jason, where's the cape?
The cape was actually stored in the bottom of the box. We looked for it for a while, couldn't find it. So with this, now we get a head sculpt. So let's do the Man of Steel first.
Obviously we're going to do the Man of Steel first.
Of course, the Man of Steel comes first.
Why B grade first?
Well, I don't know. That's why we're starting with Superman, not Batman.
So we're starting with the B grade first?
No, because we're starting with the A grade, mate.
Okay.
So.
You know, not to say they live the best for last, but... don't
Oh
worry.
yeah. Okay. No worries. All right. So it looks like that goes like that. Must tuck something. Oh, okay, yep. Alright, actually goes underneath, like that. So it goes underneath like that, with the little tabs at the front. Right.
The silence, the intensity.
Oh, it takes a bit of concentration to get it in properly, otherwise it's going to look crap.
Not there yet, guys. We're slowly getting there. This is progress.
Magnets, Adrian. So there's magnets actually, so you get the two tabs of the cape and drape it over the front. Yeah, that actually feels better because it's tight around his neck now.
There you go, guys. You hear it here first. Don't be like us. Use the magnets.
There Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's pretty simple. And in it goes. And when you do it, guys, the wire on Superman's cape, just make sure you don't tag that under there as well, because otherwise it won't go in flush. Right, so that's in there nice and flush. Good wide cape. Even if it does come a bit crinkled, as you can see here. Straight out of the box. Okay, so we've got Batman's head now.
Yep.
Batman's head's going to be easier because it's a full actual piece, so you've got the hole for the head. Oh, fits on perfect, okay. Just twisting.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty strong wire in that cape. But he needs something strong to take on the Man of Steel. Look at it flapping in the breeze.
And we got the hands now.
And then the hands, like that's how simple it is. Alright, so I'd say here he's been throwing the punch. No, here he's getting ready to throw the punch. And okay. Kryptonite ring, because he always needs hacks.
So being an alien from another planet powered by the sun is not hacks, guys. You heard it here first with Jason.
It's not.
Yeah, sure.
It's a natural ability, mate.
Natural, yeah, alright, whatever, man.
Alright, well, hey, I'm pretty bloody impressed with that.
I'd like to say straight off the bat, like I was mentioning just earlier, when we just started assembling, straight away you could just put a comparison with the Bane v Batman, like the same how
the simplicity and the beauty of it and of assembly.
Well, simplicity to the fact until you get to the rope.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, there was.
So
no
if you watch our video with the Bane, when we actually assembled Bane v Batman Diorama, the rope was probably one of the hardest balancing acts because it had to be perfect in order for it to work. But once you get it done, it's beautiful. With this, it's more simple, straightforward. Put it in, slots are there, and it still looks incredible. I'm not a big fan of wide capes, but this looks awesome. Yeah, 100%.
I don't think you can get away with this one with sculpted.
No.
I mean, you'd have to go. Well, and that was the only thing that we said about the Batman Bane. Even though Iron Studios did their one really well, where the cape didn't look plastic, it was still plastic. You know, so you can't say that with this. This is actually awesome.
But what do you think about all the little details, such as the
let's get into the review.
placements?
We're going to get right into the review now, so we'll be right back.
Okay, now we're back right into the action, and I'm very excited. I couldn't even wait. When we're doing the assembly, I was getting already into the review, like straight away. It's one of those pieces that catches your eye immediately. Now, me and Jason, we were right into it, even from the pictures, and we've been speaking about it for a while now, and we really actually wanted the piece, but nothing compares to when you actually have it in front of you. You've assembled it, and you can just stare at it in person. Just looking on photos does not do justice.
No. This is one of them pieces that... And look, you know what I think it is? I think it's the angulature of the way it is. Like, it's very hard to just get that picture perfect shot of it, because there's so many different angles you can take it in from.
It's a 360.
Yeah, like I'm staring at Batman's ass right now, and wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And Adrian's staring at the buns of steel, so...
I don't stare at B-listers.
Oh, okay. Mate, the original and the best.
Okay, fair enough. We can argue for
that's
hours.
an argument for a different day.
Okay, anyway, but like Jason, let's just start from, as we usually do, from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, look, love the base. You know, in the photos, you know, the bluish of the base and that came out a bit cheap. Like, you know, look like cheap plastic sort of thing. But no, in person it's really cool. It looks like, you know, a mixture of ice and crystal, just like Superman's Fortress, which gives it away that the battle's at Superman's Fortress of Solitude, so homegrown soups. You know, like, I think this is fantastic. Just like the cracks and the detail in the base, like this back crystal here where Superman's foot goes into it. You know, that's where you can actually see the crystal snapping in half. You know, even to the point, like, now another thing too, people had a bit of a go at the anatomy of it, but to me that looks like, you know, Batman's just landed the knee in his ribs, and Superman's lining up to give him the haymaker punch. You know what I mean? So I think it's pretty good. You know, Batman's coming in with his swing here to try and get Supes with the Kryptonite ring hacks. You know, and a Batarang in the other hand, because, why fight with your hands, even if you've got a Kryptonite ring, dirty bastard. But yeah, like, I love it. It's my Superman too. He's wearing the jocks. So there's none of that New 52 stuff. It's the classic Regal soups. The Batman's very New 52-ish. Like, there's a lot more black. In the other ones, there was a bit of, blue or grey mixed in there and that, but this one's more pretty much nearly all black. Like, even the grey on it isn't even, you couldn't really even, if that's grey, that's like really dark grey. That's like Jim Lee.
The borderline.
Yeah, Jim Lee style Batman. But yeah, look, I'm in love with it. Absolutely in love with it. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and Merry Christmas to myself. Because you didn't want to chuck in on it, so this is all mine, baby. But yeah, look, the head sculpt.
Yep.
Superman's head sculpt looks absolutely fantastic. It's always good to see an angry Superman. Like, every one of him's like smiling or looking up with inspiration and stuff like that. Because he is the character of hope instead of fear. So you can wallow with the dark people if you want. But yeah, I'm flying up to the sunlight on this one, man. Yeah, Superman's really got me on this. Now, but you're the Batman lover, so what did you think of Batman in this?
Perfect. Now, I want to go back from, now that Jason has had his going through the whole statue. Thank you so much, Jason, for including me in this statue review. I do appreciate it.
I left Batman to you.
So anyway, look, I'm going to start with the base. Now, I love the base, but it has a few problems with me.
Okay.
I've got to be 100% honest. People may have a go.
Well, look, anyone who watches, that's the thing about us. Like, we very rarely agree, and I do appreciate honesty. So now, try and ruin my statue for me.
No, look, look. Just to be straight up honest with you, now Superman flawless, but with the actual base, there is a bit of, I believe, maybe just the actual texture look of it through the use of coloring. The actual colors they use for the crystal. Now, you did state before that people have been saying there's a bit of problems just with even from yourself, from the pictures, how it's a bit cheapish. I actually see that even in person still. Now, I'm not calling the statue piece cheap at all. It's superb in all forms. But I think maybe perhaps just a bit of different colouring choices and texture choices for the base would have done it a bit more justice in that regard.
In your opinion, it could do with a repaint, the base.
Yes,
and that would just top it right off.
Fix it up straight away.
Yep.
Because already it's spectacular. Now, if you actually look at the footing with well, obviously Superman, because Batman's just in mid-air leaning on Superman. So if you actually look at the footing and just the effects they have given with the cracked crystal, with just you can just tell the impact. Now, you can tell...
Well, actually, here's another thing. Do you think it would have been better if, like, you can see these end pieces here that look like crystal, like that are partially clear, you can see through them, where others aren't, like they look like more solid blocks.
And that's what
do you think if they went all that like clear resin,
that would have been a big fix? Yeah. I think it would have made a huge difference to the piece in total. Now, I don't create statues, so I don't know if there would have been a problem in the production or anything like that. But with what we've seen with pieces, there shouldn't be a problem making it like that.
Well, look, in saying that though, both of these body pieces had a pretty substantial weight to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have seen issues like with Sinestro PF and things like that, where the all resin bases in hot, humid environments do tend to do a bit of a lean over time.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I think if you had a piece like this where the balance, it's counterbalancing piece. Like Superman's basically the linchpin that holds all the weight because he carries everyone all the time. So yeah, basically, and Batman's like just riding on his rib cage in this regard.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think if they went the all resin like this, you might have had that potential issue.
So see, this is what I'm saying. So it would have made it for me better. But
I don't make statues either, so exactly. I don't know.
So we don't know. But I'm just saying that it would have looked better. It is a bit 50-50 with how the paint looks on the piece, but I can talk about the base for 20 years and it won't make a difference. So I'll move my way up. Again, the effects, it's a powerful piece when it captures you in the moment. So for an example, the effects on the base with Superman's foot, with the cracking of the crystal, and just the counter weight of the piece with Batman basically mid-air and Superman lining up for that haymaker, you can actually visualize the scene. That's what makes a big piece for me. When you look at a piece, it's like, oh, that's cool, and you're just looking at it, you don't feel anything. Like, is it really a good piece? in that regard.
Yeah.
But when you see a piece and you're in that scene, you can play it like an animated movie in your head.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
You know, I'm actually thinking that at the moment. Like, you know, there's the range of things. Is he either going to hit him or is he using his arm to swat him away?
See, that's a good piece.
Like the piece that he is.
Another thing I'd like to point out that I said before also is just in regards to the wide capes. Now, I hate them. In our previous videos, I have stated.
Yeah, actually, that has been a bone of contention with you. You actually
Always.
really, you picked on Batgirl and
so I don't still like the look, but in this, it's awesome. I don't know why. Like, I usually would say, I prefer, the other styles, but it fits so perfectly, and I think it is, again, just in regard to the way the statue's made and the way that it's positioned. So they're all counterweighted on against each other, leaning up. It fits perfectly. If you decided to use a different type of cape, that's what would have not fitted with this statue.
Now, how do you think this scales with the Iron Studios ones? Because I'm just looking now, and the Iron Studios ones tend to be a bit more 1/6.
Yeah.
This looks more 1/5.
It does. I do.
I wouldn't go so far as to say they're both quarter scale statues, but it's a pretty bloody large piece considering, like essentially one guy's, bent in half, you know what I mean? And the other guy's crouching, so it's still pretty substantial height. And I'm actually thankful for the capes for the reason that I measured this one perfectly. This one's come in 2 centimetres, so for people on the inches, it's like, like this. That much room from what they said that the maximum height of it was. And I'm just hoping they were counting when they had the cape up like that. Because if they are, then fantastic.
Yeah.
And now that's another thing too. You could spend hours on this thing sculpting the capes to even make it a more full-on, like Superman's cape can swing around a bit more this way and stuff like that. But I mean, like we as you saw, we just ripped it pretty much out of the box, threw it together, and
we have plenty of time for that.
Now, also, the Kryptonite ring. Do you reckon potentially the Kryptonite ring could have done with an LED?
I actually didn't think about that. That's a good question. Yes and no. I believe yes, it would have maybe bedazzled it a bit more, made it look a bit more cooler.
The bedazzled anus.
The bedazzled. But honestly, it's not one of those things that I think you take into most consideration of the whole piece.
No.
It's not really one of those things that you look at and go, damn, it's really not that. Like, I think it still looks great.
And they have done that good glow effect with the paint on it.
At least, you know what I mean? So for me, it's not really that of a buzzkill. I'd just like to mention just the incredible body sculpt and also the face sculpts on this piece. I think that really carries it a long way. Now, to be honest, would probably distract most from just the base itself if you do have a problem with the base.
But you know what? This is what actually gets me. So, do you think that maybe they've either looked at footage or film of martial artists or something like that, and our big dog's creeping in here. She just pushed the door open and has decided to come and join the review.
And guys, we'll be back. Just some technical difficulties.
No, that's all right. She's a star, Gypsy. So anyway, look, yeah, I'm actually really impressed. What do you think of Batman's head sculpt?
Yeah, you know what? I was actually looking at that before. I find it a bit. Look, the face sculpt's incredible, but there's still another side to it. Yes, Gypsy, I know.
Yes,
right?
It's a new statue. You can't touch it.
There's something a bit weird with the actual, like, it looks incredible, like the detail and stuff, but I think it's something to do with just the shape of, like, the direction of the jaw. Sorry, I don't know if you can see. Am I the only one? It's just the jaw.
Well, look, if you look, and this is what I was saying about the many different aspects of it. If you lower your head down here, and we'll show you a shot of this while we're looking at it.
Yeah.
And you look from Superman's eyes directly into Batman's, I think that face looks perfect.
Yeah. So just when you look at it from a different angle.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you get other ones that it's basically to look at from the front, and yeah, it looks fantastic, and you can take so much in. And I'm not knocking any other dioramas, but I think with this one, as I said, it's every angle you look at, you see something new and something different. Like even with the Batarang being hidden under here, you know what I mean? So this is one of the, this is a case in point for some of these statues that are actually made to be on like a rotating pendulum or a centerpiece or something. This is one of them.
Fair enough. Yeah. So I think altogether I give it a solid 10 out of 10. Now the things that I've brought up to attention, like with the jaw of Batman and also the base, aren't big deal breakers. The ring's not even really noticeable, to be honest, to be even taken into consideration. Unless you're really into LED, then I guess you would just have a go at that yourself. But altogether, solid piece. Very impressed. Was looking forward to seeing it in person. So happy that Jason waited for me and not being a selfish bastard and opening it without me.
We came very close. Very close. But I love you. I love you.
That is love.
Yeah.
So I think that's all from me, Jason, unless you have something to add for today.
No, that's pretty much me, guys. Enjoy the close-up of the statue, and we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.